Hey guys, it's been a few days since I've filmed anything. Just been moving in and settling into the house. But the 2J has to come out today because someone wants to buy it. So I've just taken the top cover off, which is over there. And I'm just taking the top rad support brackets off, and that's it so far. So I'll have at it for about an hour or so and then I'll update you. So it's been an hour. As you can see, I've got all the radiator support and radiator aircon condenser out. The bonnet's off. The airbox is out up to the throttle body, and most of this side's all cleared out all the way through. And I'm just working on this side. I've just got the ECU wiring fuse box out, another fuse box up the back, and then the battery box. So I just need to work on that. But I might start with the ABS and try and get the lines out behind just to make it a little bit less cramped. As you can see back here, it's quite busy. There's a lot of stuff going on in there. So I'm going to have a work at that and we'll see how we go, and I'll update you in another hour or so, and then hopefully this will be ready to come out when I see you in an hour. It's been about an hour and a half of working time. It's probably been about 3 hours. Sorry about the rain, it's absolutely bucketing down. So the exhaust manifold's all unbolted, all of the radiator and everything's unbolted, all the wiring is loose, but I haven't undone any of it, so I'm going to have to lift the engine up, try and move it forwards a little bit and get to all the plugs back here because I can't get to anything at the moment. The engine mounts are unbolted. I had to go from underneath because I can get to this one on the top. Undid that, got to the bottom, undid that. Probably unnecessary, but any movement we can get is good. On this side I couldn't get to the top bolt at all, so I had to go from underneath and undo the bolt in the cross member. So hopefully I'm just about to lift it up. About 6 inches or something. Hopefully that'll get the car loose and I can slide the car back a little bit, or the engine forwards, whichever is easier, and then we'll be able to get to the wiring. Harley, come here. Harley, come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good boy. It's probably been another hour, and I've cut the wiring behind the ECU box, which is up here now. So I've cut him off and kept all the wiring that I need for the Dodge. And then that's all this stuff up here is all that the guy will need for this engine to run. That just goes to another fuse box for the fans and stuff, so he'll be able to work that out for sure, because he's not getting the fan wiring anyway. Everything else is undone, so the trans is just sitting there, all the lines are undone. I made an absolute bloodbath back here out of trans fluid and coolant because I'm super clever and, you know, obviously emptied the trans before I started. So now I'm just going to jack it up a little bit more and try and get the shell back some more. But it is fighting me a fair bit because I haven't got any forward to back, like forward and backwards movement. I've only got up and down because I've got a block and tackle. So I just need to try and get it up again, maybe try and get a jack under the back of the trans, just lift the engine just a little bit so I can slide the whole car back. And then, not sure what I'll do next. So half hour later, the engine and trans is out. The mess is still there, unfortunately. And the car's just been lifted up by the block and tackle just so I can get underneath it, get my tools out, and mainly just show you how much of a mess I made because it's ridiculous and I have to clean this up somehow. So it goes all the way under the car and then come around the back. Just keeps going and going and going. And then it's been raining from the other side, so there's water coming in and transport going out. So it's super slippery in here. I've almost gone ass up a couple of times. But that's about it really. I need the front cut to do some engine mounts and stuff at a later date for my IS if I go that way. And I'm going to put all the wiring out that's left and put that in the Dodge. So, oops, sorry, moving around a bit too much. There's the trans and the 2J. And then come around the back. Got the exhaust and stuff over there, and everything else from under the car's all pulled out, so just need to clean up now. Wish me luck. So with some creative use of the block and tackle, gotten the half cut in the back corner as best I can for now. Just wanted to get out of the way to clear a path here so I can get that trolley and the jack through to get the 2J through. And as you can see, I've cleaned up the floor a little bit, but it's still slippery and still pretty wet. But here's what we wanted. So 2J hanging from the roof, which is super safe on some small rope, but hanging level. The guy can reverse his ute under it, load it onto the ute, it can go. So with my rope technique, I actually have a qualification in this, and I can tell you that that is not the right way to do it, and neither is that, but it works, and that's a risk I'm willing to take because I don't have the right equipment. But I did buy some 1-ton straps, so I mean that here down's perler. That top bit, not so much, but that's right. So I still need to clean up. I'm probably just going to put the 2J on the floor and call it a day because I am knackered. This was fighting me the whole way through. So we've got all the wiring there and a nice empty engine bay. A whole bunch more wiring over there which I need to sort out. Headlight, and there's a bit more wiring through here. The ABS lines have been taken off. There's these two that run to the back, and I need to take the master cylinder out and stuff. So there's a fair bit more to do, but that's not in a hurry. Whereas the guy wants to pick this up on Friday. It's now Tuesday. It's Tuesday. He wants to pick it up on Friday, so hopefully he comes and gets it. This will be all cleaned up by then and be gone. So back to the IS300 for a little bit. These are the front seats. They're fully electric and have a heated element in them and an airbag. I've had them for sale for about a month now. I'm trying to hope to swap them for a worse condition set, as these ones aren't in that bad condition. A guy came and had a look, and we swapped his seats over to find out that an IS200 has a manual forward and backward rail instead of the electric rail, so they didn't work. So we got them all bolted into his car and tried to plug them in, and they didn't work. So unfortunately, I wasted about an hour of my time and his time trying to get them to fit. Didn't make my $80 that I was asking because I don't really need these, but I was hoping to get a worse condition set that I could cut up and get all the power motors out of, which I don't need for anything in particular, and the heated elements out of these. So now I'm just going to cut these ones up because I'm sick of dealing with people on Gumtree, and they've had their time. I've had about a month, so I'm just going to rip these apart and get the elements out. So it's been about 15 minutes of cutting this seat up. I've got the base removed, and this is the top half. So I've removed all of the electrical sections from that, so that can go in the bin. And this is the heated element for your back, which goes to this small plug here. So you can see I got some scissors. I'm going to cut that out, store that, and then pull this section apart. So as you can see, I've got a pile of rubbish, and then the bare frame for the bottom section. So it's got all the motors for the rollers, or the slider, sorry, and the angle, the tilt, the recline. And then over here I've got a dog that's in the way. Harley, get out the way, buddy. We got this rear section, so that's for your back, which is all good. And then we've got the front section here. So there's a bit of a hot spot there, so I don't know if that's working or not. And then this bit's gotten really hot, so there's a broken wire. So that bottom section definitely wasn't going to work. And then some goose with a pair of scissors cut through there, and then that section was actually already twisted. So that's been like that for a long time. So this piece might not be usable, but I'll give it a go. See if I can repair it or replace it, I guess. If not, I'll just have to run the back section, which is also fine. Or I'll just steal the passenger one and put that on the driver's side, and the passenger can suffer. So as you can see, I haven't started on the passenger seat yet. This is all the stuff I've kept from the front seat. So the airbag module, a few trims, and the headrests from both seats. Probably throw them in the bin at a later date, but we'll keep them for now. And then I'm going to move on to the back section because I'm running out of daylight. So I'm going to pull anything salvageable off of this and then throw the main carcass out. And then we'll go from there tomorrow, I guess. So that only took a few minutes. I've kept the 3 headrests and the center fold down armrest. Then coming over here, kept the rear seat belts, which are just held on with 2 screws each at the top. So I'm going to leave that one for today. I'm going to leave the frame like that today because I need some Allen keys and I haven't got any at this house. So I'll just chuck those back in the shed and sort it out when I get some tools. So it's a new day working on the IS300 seats. This is the passenger side. I've started pulling it apart, as you can see. I've just got a bottom bit to cut up. I've cut the top half already. I forgot to film that bit. So I just need to cut this heating element out and it's good to go in the bin. So just the same as last time, a few clips, pull the base off, the metal section over here. And then we just need to pull the foam out of this and then cut the heated element out. So I've got the foam out of the passenger seat. And as you can see, it's got this sensor here, which is a weight sensor to tell you if the passenger's in the seat or not. So it knows if the seatbelt should be on and if the airbags on the passenger side should be armed. So I don't need that, but I'll probably pull it off anyway and just keep it just in case. So I've just turned the base of the passenger seat inside out. And now that I've pulled one apart, I know that this bit here is connected to the main heater, and then that one as well is all connected to that one wire. So I know not to cut it in half this time. So wish me luck. So a few minutes chopping that out, got the heated element out and the passenger side weight sensor. So if you look at this one, I didn't cut it in half, which is great. And it also doesn't look like it's damaged or got any hot spots. So there's no reason to believe that this one won't work. So this will probably end up on the driver's side and the other one will probably end up on the passenger side, because I'm not always going to have a passenger, but I'm always going to be driving. So thanks for watching and see you on another episode.